Hello students, welcome to online lecture 3 on chemical bonding, basic chemistry. In this lecture, we are going to study third type of chemical bond, that is coordinate or dative bond. Dative bond is another name of coordinate covalent bond. Basically, coordinate bond is a special type of covalent bond only. Only difference in covalent and coordinate bond is in covalent bond both the combining atoms contribute equal number of electrons which are shared mutually by the combining atoms, whereas in case of coordinate or dative bond only one atom contributes its pair of electrons, okay, which is accepted by the other combining atom. Okay. So that's the basic difference between coordinate and covalent bond. Let us see what is coordinate bond. It is a special type of covalent bond in which the shared electrons are contributed by one atom only, while the other atom accepts their sharing without any contribution of electrons. The atom which contributes its lone pair of electrons is called the donor atom, while the other atom which shares these electrons is called acceptor atom. The bond is represented by an arrow starting from donor atom and ending its head at the acceptor atom. Examples of coordinate dative bond compounds are ammonium ion, that is NH4 plus, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, nitric acid, sulfuric acid and ozone molecules. Let us take the example of ammonium ion for the formation of coordinate covalent bond. In this ammonium ion example, you can see ammonia molecule when combines with H plus ion, it results into the formation of ammonium ion, which carries one positive charge. Okay. Now here hydrogen ion, that is H plus ion, has 0 electrons, 0 valence electrons, because the hydrogen has one atomic number. After losing its one electron, it becomes H plus ion having 0 valence electrons. So hydrogen requires 2 electrons to complete its duplet. Coming to this ammonia molecule, it is NH3. Okay, electronic configuration of nitrogen is 2 5. Okay, so valence electrons with nitrogen are 5. Out of these 5 electrons, 3 electrons are mutually shared with each of these 3 hydrogen atoms, forming a single covalent bond between nitrogen and each hydrogen atom. Okay. Whereas one pair of electrons on nitrogen remains unshared. Okay, this unshared pair of electrons is called as lone pair of electrons. Okay. So during the formation of coordinate covalent bond or dative bond, this nitrogen can donate this pair of electron to electron deficient species. Okay, hydrogen is in need of 2 electrons to complete its duplet. So this nitrogen donates its a pair of electron to this H plus ion so that it is shared by this hydrogen for completion of duplet. Okay, and it is represented by a arrow headed towards the acceptor atoms, starting from donor atom to the acceptor atom. This bond is called as coordinate covalent bond or dative bond. Next type of bond that we are going to study is hydrogen bond. Now, as the name suggests, hydrogen bond, This hydrogen bond formation involves hydrogen atom as one of the combining atom. Okay. Now let us see first what is hydrogen bond. A hydrogen bond is a type of attractive force between an electronegative atom like nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine and hydrogen atom bonded to another electronegative atom. Okay. Example, in HF molecule, that is hydrogen fluoride molecule, the fluorine atom acquires a fractional negative charge being more electronegative, while hydrogen atom acquires a fractional positive charge, which makes this HF molecule polar, and a dipole is developed in HF molecule. Okay. Fluorine is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So, being more electronegative, this fluorine atom pulls the electron cloud more towards itself. Hence, it develops fractional negative charge represented as delta minus, and hydrogen being less electronegative than fluorine, it develops partial positive charge which is represented as delta plus. Hence, HF molecule becomes polar and behaves as the dipole. Now, in this we are going to learn the hydrogen bonding with respect to HF molecule, hydrogen fluoride molecule. When two hydrogen fluoride molecule approach closely, an electrostatic attraction between fractional positively charged hydrogen atom of one HF molecule and the fractional negatively charged fluorine atom of another HF molecule takes place. This attractive forces between hydrogen atom of one molecule and fluorine atom of other molecule leads to the formation of a weak bond called as hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond is denoted by a dotted line, and the cluster of hydrogen bond is represented as HFN, that is n number of HF molecules are joined together by this weak hydrogen bond to form a cluster of HF molecules. Okay, you can see in this. Let us take the example of this HF molecule, one HF molecule. This is one HF molecule and this is another HF molecule. Okay. There is a attractive force when these two HF molecules come closer to each other. Then there exists an weak force of electrostatic attraction between fractional positively charged hydrogen atom of one HF molecule and fractional negatively charged electronegative atom of another HF molecule. Okay, so this hydrogen atom of one molecule and this fluorine atom of another molecule, they are bonded together by a hydrogen bond, which is a weak force of electrostatic attraction. So formation of hydrogen bonds between HF molecules, okay, is represented in this diagram. Electrostatic attraction exists between partial positive charge hydrogen atom of one molecule and the lone pair of electrons of fluorine atom of another HF molecule, and it is represented by the dotted lines. So in this way n number of HF molecules are joined together by this weak bond called as hydrogen bond, and hence along with the covalent bond between hydrogen and fluorine, there is an additional bonding in the form of hydrogen bond throughout the crystal, throughout the cluster of HF. Hence HF has very high melting and boiling point. There are two types of hydrogen bond. One is intermolecular hydrogen bond and the other one is intramolecular hydrogen bond. Okay. Intermolecular hydrogen bond involves the electrostatic force of attraction between hydrogen atom and electronegative atom of two different molecules, as we have just now studied in HF molecule. Okay. Another example of intermolecular hydrogen bond is para-nitrophenol and HF. Intramolecular hydrogen bond involves the electrostatic force of attraction between hydrogen atom and electronegative atom, both present in the same molecule. Okay. Example is orthonitrophenol. Within the same molecule, there exists a hydrogen bond between oxygen of NO2 group, that is nitro group, and hydrogen atom of phenol group within orthonitrophenol. Okay. So that is intramolecular hydrogen bond. Next type of bond is metallic bond. Metallic bonding is the electrostatic attractive force between valence electrons, that is electron cloud of delocalized electrons, and positively charged metal ions called as kernels in a metal element. It may be described as the sharing of free electrons among a lattice of positively charged ions. These electrons are free to move throughout the crystal lattice. Example, pure metals, alloys, some metalloids show metallic bonding. This diagram shows the structure of metal, okay, in which the positively charged metal atoms are embedded in a sea of electron. Okay. These electrons are called as delocalized electrons or free electrons, which are free to move throughout the crystal lattice of the metals. Okay. You cannot locate the electrons to a particular metal atom. Okay. They keep moving randomly throughout the crystal structure, whereas the position of these positively charged metal ions is fixed. These positively charged metal ions are called as kernels. So the metallic structure is said to be positively charged metal ions surrounded by a sea of mobile delocalized electrons. And all the properties of the metals are due to these delocalized free electrons. Thus, metallic bonding is the electrostatic attractive force between the valence electrons in the form of delocalized electrons and positively charged metal ions in a metal element. Metallic bonds are non-directional, and metallic bonding in metals account for many physical properties of metals such as metallic luster, electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, malleability and ductility, metallic luster, hardness, opacity, and high melting and boiling points. All these properties of the metals can be attributed to the presence of these delocalized free moving electrons throughout the metallic structure. Next one is the last type of attractive forces is van der Waals or intermolecular force. Van der Waals forces are the weak force of attraction between electrically neutral molecules that collide with or pass very close to each other. Now it is difficult to locate the position of electrons, okay, in a neutral atom. It is free moving, randomly moving. But when at particular instant, when the electron rich region of one atom come closer to the electron deficient region of another atom, then there exists an attractive force between the two atoms which is a temporary attraction. Similarly, when electron rich region of one atom come closer to the electron rich region of another atom, then there exists the repulsive forces between the two neighboring atoms. Okay, so what is van der Waals forces of attraction? It is a weak force of attraction between electrically neutral molecules that collide with or pass very close to each other. It is caused by temporary attraction between electron rich region of one molecule and electron poor region of another and vice versa. Thus, we can sum up the van der Waals forces as van der Waals forces are the sum of attractive and repulsive forces between the atoms and molecules. There are two common types of van der Waals forces. One is London dispersion forces. It is the weakest van der Waals forces. The London dispersion force is the weakest intermolecular force, which is temporary attractive force that results when the electrons in two adjacent atoms occupy positions that make the atoms form temporary dipoles. This force is sometimes called an induced dipole attraction. As you can see in this diagram, okay, in neutral helium atom the electrons are distributed unevenly, okay, but as when the atom comes in contact with the neighboring atom, they get a certain position so that an instant dipole is developed in one atom which induces dipole in another neighboring atom. That is why it is called as induced dipole attraction. Second type of van der Waals forces are dipole forces. Okay. These dipole forces occur among the substances with permanent or although partial charge development. For example, HCl molecule experiences dipole attractions. Okay. Here chlorine is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So partial negative charge is developed on chlorine and partial positive charge is developed on hydrogen. So when such polar molecule comes in contact with the neighboring another polar molecule, then there exist the weak attractive forces between partially positively charged hydrogen atom of one molecule and partially negatively charged chlorine atom of another HCl molecule. So the positive and negative ends of polar molecules attract one another and dipole interactions are developed among these molecules. Dipole interactions are similar to ionic bonding, but it is much weaker than the ionic bonds. Thank you, students.